Happy Thanksgiving! These were the only things I had in my house that were remotely Thanksgiving-y, so it's what you get. Hey guys, it's Jeff, and since Thanksgiving is coming up, I thought it was only appropriate that we model something that is in the Thanksgiving universe. Hey, did you ever make those hand turkeys where you traced your hand and then turned it into a turkey? Yeah, that was my favorite. We're gonna be modeling a Thanksgiving turkey in Tinkercad. Now, as we all know, my favorite shape in Tinkercad to make things from is the extrusion shape. And in my last video where I modeled Gary the snail, I used quite a few exotic shapes hidden deep within the belly of Tinkercad's shape generator section. Shape generator section. But when modeling Tom here, I wanted to try and limit my use of those customizable shapes, and I try to use more basic shapes. Okay, maybe there's one extrusion shape in there. Maybe two. Okay, let's just start it. Let's just go. I'm taking my time. Go. Okay, let's get some good reference images for some good turkeys. And unlike other videos, I'm gonna take different elements from different pictures instead of just going off of one picture. And I'm looking for beaks right now. I'm gonna start with the beak. And I like this little dip that it has. So let's work on that. Now I want to shell this, but first I want to take off the bottom section. Even if I shell it like this, you can see there's a little sliver. So let's take off the bottom and then we'll shell it. Okay, I like that a lot. So I'm gonna duplicate it, flip it, and form the bottom. Now to make it a little more cartoony, I think I'm gonna put a tongue in it. Let's just make it out of a sphere. That looks good to me, so let's group it, and when we group it again, it'll all turn one color. If you want it multicolor, just click multicolor. That's great. So we're gonna move on to the red little thing. What is that? What's that called? A wattle. The wattle. We're gonna move on to the wattle. And to get this, we're gonna have to use an extrusion, I think. And we're gonna use the extrusion alongside what I like to call the revolve. So we're gonna find a nice shape here by moving all these nodes, and then we're gonna revolve it. So if you pay attention to the curve on the left, that's gonna be the profile of the wattle. And again, once we're happy, we'll duplicate them and then move it over, group them, turn it into a hole, and then revolve it around the cylinder. And last time I showed you this technique, I didn't do this next step, but I will this time. I know that once I revolve this hole, the top and left shapes will still be there. And I'm gonna go ahead and take those out by using a box and including that in the revolve. So I'll move it into position, mirror it, move it over to the other side, and we'll revolve everything. So once it's all grouped, we'll duplicate it, revolve it 10 degrees, maintain that 10 degrees and hit duplicate, duplicate, duplicate until it goes all the way around, and then we'll group them all to get our revolve shape, like this. And I'm gonna turn it red, group a lot of these together, and try and make something that resembles a wattle. Okay, great. So I'm going to keep that there since I think the position of it depends on the eyes. So let's work on the eyes now. Okay, those look like some great cartoon eyes. So
the head is next, and the proportion and position of the head, again, are pretty important. So let's work on that. Now that we have that kind of settled, let's work on the wattle. And what's important here is the connection of the wattle to the beak. And I think it starts in the middle. I think it starts in the top middle of the beak. So let's see what we can do with that. Okay, that looks great. So let's group it all. And then I think we're gonna put a hat on him. So let's go see what some good hats look like. Okay, for the buckle, we're gonna use a nice little trick by putting a radius on the box, and that'll allow us to get those nice rounded edges of the buckle. Okay, so let's put Tom's hat on, and then we're gonna get the position and size right, and then combine it all. Okay, Tom, things are shaping up. So let's give you a neck. And I think there's one I saw earlier, like that shape. I like that shape right there, so let's give him that. And again, to get that, there's no really good shape to do that, so we're gonna use the extrusion and revolve a profile like we did earlier for the wattle. Again, let's check our reference for our shape and then move on to the body. And I think we're just going to use a big sphere to form for the body. That was easy, so let's move on to the wings. I like those, I like that shape. Okay, yeah, let's just do that one. Let's do that shape. Okay, I used 3 extrusions, not 2. What are you gonna do about it? And once I like this, I'm gonna duplicate it, mirror it, and then move it to the other side. And then I think we're gonna work on the feathers next, his tail feathers. And once I like this shape, I'm gonna give it a spine. I'm gonna use another cone and give the feathers that center spine that they all have, just to give it a little more dimension. Okay, let's check the position and size. Again, our cartoons. And there's actually, there's two sets of feathers. There's a big one and then a small one in front of it. Let's look at a real turkey, what a turkey strutting looks like. Because I think they have they almost have 3 different sets, but there's definitely 2. Okay, we'll put that in. Let's check back to see, there's definitely 2 sets of feathers. There may be a 3rd one. Let's see it with and without. I like it, leaving it. Okay, let's work on the feet with some spheres, and there's a specific look I want. It's not that, it's that. I like that kind of knobby texture to the feet, so we're gonna make that with some spheres. Okay, that looks good. So let's work on the claw or the talon or nail. I don't know what you want to call it. We'll scribble it, and a trick I like to use is to erase in one smooth motion, like that, to get a nice sharp front. Okay, and with these legs, we'll also make them out of spheres, but the connection between the leg and the body, I want it to be a little more meaty. I think it needs to have a little more girth to it. So we're gonna use a shape out of the feet, the all section. And I don't remember what page it's on, but here it is. The tangent ogive. Or is it the ogive? It's the ogive, not the tangent ogive. And we're gonna put a sphere at the bottom just to make it meet up with the leg a little better. And then we'll adjust some settings to see what looks most appropriate. Okay, once we're happy, we will group it all, duplicate it, mirror it, and then get the leg spacing correct. Okay, now the only thing left to do is to figure out how tall or short you want your turkey to be. So play around with it and then group it all. And then there we have it. Tom the turkey.